When I met with board chair Smock, he was really cool. Like, I thought he was gonna be a strict guy, cause he's like the president's boss. So after about 5 minutes with talking to him, I was very comfortable. He let me know that he was a baseball player as well. I talked to him about initiatives that you can take to create more pride within the school, starting from high school especially, like advertise more or let them know about UVI's accomplishments, about how good students are doing, about the 3-2, the sports, the competitions with Puerto Rico, and then he was just loving it, so it went good.
In the English class taught by Professor Vincent Cooper, we had an assignment to write an essay on the legalization of marijuana for medicinal and recreational purposes. You could take whatever side you wanted to, and you had to give 3 reasons as to why you came out that way. Because I'm always concerned about grammar and spelling, and also we had a word limit. It had to be no more than, or somewhere between 300 and 400 words. And so I wrote my essay on my iPad. I wrote it out electronically, and then I had to translate it into the Blue Book form. And I thought I had more time to do that. And at the end, he called for time, and I wasn't quite finished.
No, but I just, I wrote it out and I want to rewrite it. So could I have a few minutes?
Certainly.
I still didn't put down everything. I'm looking forward to getting my grade back from Dr. Cooper. I think I wrote a very good essay and made some very strong points, and so I'm interested in getting feedback from him.
First I saw Dr. Hall when he came to the office to deliver some kind of papers. I don't know, I think he was just trying to see how I was doing.
So if I could drop that off. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How are you doing, Mr. President? Yeah, glad to meet you. That's a nice time.
Thank you. He was like, I gotta complain or something. He was acting like a real childish student, but he was looking kind of funny. I mean, he had a big shirt on and a Final Four hat. He's trying to show off that he went to the Final Four for NCAA, and he dressed funny, I guess. I saw him again at the student forum. He came by looking for information. He asked some questions, and he let his voice be heard.
And a lot of part-time students don't know whether they're taking one course or whether they're taking 2 courses. So I don't see how the policy as a whole, I agree with you that the part of your policy that says you have to pay before you get in the class.
Correct.
But the part of your policy that is trying to encourage people to pay for the entire year.
Oh, sure. That would be for the full time.
It was quite cool seeing him snapshots of the day, just here, there. And then I heard that he skipped my calc exam. I'm kind of cross about that. But I think he was scared to take it, honestly, because he's a lawyer. But other than that, I saw him again at track practice, and he looked he looked tired.
We have an outstanding track coach. Coach Joseph really was just very thoughtful with me. He gave me tremendous instruction about what it means to be a sprinter, what are some of the exercises sprinters go through on a daily basis. He shared with me all of the techniques for receiving a baton and passing a baton, gave me some other instructions about warming up and cooling down. So the theory of being a sprinter was something that he conveyed eloquently and in a powerful way within an hour. His major weakness as a coach is that he was not able to give me a body of a sprinter so that I could do the things that he was telling me I needed to do.